So finally it is time to get out of Mandalay and get to Thailand. It has been a long time since we arrived here in Mandalay, and now finally we are ready to go on and get to Thailand, to Chiang Mai is my plan. And let's see if we don't have anyone in the back. Well, at least we do have our co-pilot, so that at least. We're still missing some graphics, so I'll wait for that to come. There got some of it, and maybe while we are waiting we can put, let's see, the heading north. Okay, it seems a little odd. Really? I need to take a look at the let's say look here. I want to immediately to save the cover here. Yeah, load immediately. And then let's go back and back, and actually we need some fuel too, I think. We still have 400 kilos, so I think we can go right here, load, load, there, and then we'll go back and go back and go to the flight planner. So why does it say that we have to go north? That must be wrong. So I'm actually keeping it here at 175. Let's see. So if we go north to begin with, then we need to go to 124 for 200 miles. So I think I will do the heading what do you say, 124. That's here. So probably 120 would be a good choice. And for the let's go for 16,000, that's probably fine. And we want to go nav, it's already there, but just to make sure. And we want to go vertical, like, let's start by 1,200. And let's make sure that everything is working here. Can I see? Yep, we have flaps down. Everything is looking great, and we have, oh, so that's supposed to be my daughter. It doesn't really look like my daughter, but yeah, well, you never know. Let's get out of here. think we're going to 2,100. That's not my plan at least. So. But right now we just say, okay, we can do that. So let's see if we can get the autopilot. I think we still have some distance before we can actually reach the GPS, but we are getting there. We are 1 mile from the GPS line. Then I feel like this should tilt, so it's not north. I'm not sure why it does look like this. There it was. Now we reach the GPS. Basically lead us to Chiang Mai directly. And yeah, let's see if we can get to 2,100. Oh no, 21,000. Let's go there. I'm not sure we can keep 1,200 all the way. -1 but no clouds, so we should not have any problems with icing. Let's see. Do we not have it? Oh, there, and it's on. Fine. Wind from behind is fine, like that. And right now our true airspeed is 234, and fine, like that. And we have 178 nautical miles to our waypoint, just north of the Thaialnd, I believe it was. location, and nice to see the co-pilot again. I'm a little surprised to see my daughter cut her hair that short. She did cut her hair, but not that much. And while we are climbing, I will go and get some water in the back of the airplane, because even though I have both my co-pilot and my daughter, they seem to be interested in helping me out with that, so I have to do it myself, which is fine. It's a lot bigger, the airplane, than it seems to be, I have to say. So, yeah, I will I'll be gone for a few minutes. I don't know if I can turn this microphone in this headset. It's not a headset. I can turn off the microphone. The other headset, I can turn off the microphone. On that, my microphone catches my breath. Yeah. There's a price with everything. So, yeah, as I say, while we are still climbing, and we will be for 6,000 feet. I will go and get some water. Be right back. I can see that we are still flying and not yet at 21 now, but approaching, so that's fine. And we are climbing at the exact weight, so everything seems to be fine. We are losing a lot of speed, of course, as we are climbing. So at 1,000, then we will gain a lot of speed. We are still doing 233 true airspeed, so crazy. About that. Use a little less power. Hopefully then we'll land with plenty of fuel. So 139 and 252 that's fine. It be even greater if we can get it towards 200. That will make the trip a little faster. We have 30 minutes to our waypoint. Everything looks fine except for that fuel quantity is going down. Except we don't have time. And 20 degrees minus Celsius is fine. As long as there are no clouds, and there should be no clouds at this pretty dry out here. Not a lot of wind either. So it looks like it's a smooth ride. And you can see the co-pilot is looking fine. Passenger looking fine, and outside is looking fine. The weather has some scratches. We can go outside. Let's do that. Let's see how things look outside. Here we are. Nice landscape. passenger, the co-pilot, and the pilot, and where we come from, and where we are towards, and still the mountains are not small mountains actually, but we are plenty of them. So why not enjoy the variety and the view? The last parts of Myanmar before we reach Thailand. We can take some time pondering about how the military from Myanmar actually got over these mountains and fought Thailand 500 years ago. Multiple times. Today we can see fine roads down there, but I would think that 500 years ago it wasn't exactly like that. Probably a lot more forest too. And this is where I normally would turn off the microphone. Maybe I cannot do that on this one. I have to think about that on the next. On the next flight, so that the next one I think would be from Chiang Mai to Bangkok, because now I want to go south. So from Bangkok we will probably get down to I don't know. I'm not even sure that we can do Chiang Mai Bangkok. It might be a little too far. Now at Chiang Mai, Thailand. I didn't know there's a restaurant in Copenhagen called Chiang Mai. The distance there would be 10,000 kilometers out, so that is too long. But we could go on here and then well, we might be able to do that. It's 566 kilometers. It's far, but I believe that it's possible. So if that's a plan, Then I do that from Chiang Mai to Bangkok, and then from Bangkok can go all the way to that is probably on the edge. It's 665 kilometers, but what is that in nautical miles? Let's see. Let's say 367 nautical miles. It should still be possible. So I think we can plan for that. And then from future, is it possible to get to I don't think we can get to Kuala Lumpur. Well, it's the same distance. So if we can get from Bangkok to Phuket, then we can get from Phuket to Kuala Lumpur. But we don't actually need that, so maybe from Phuket we could go to Penang as soon as I see a map over Thailand and stuff. In Thai, that's on purpose. If there is an airport in Penang, it should be. Because it's yeah, it is La Penang, Tepang, there's an airport. So probably I would choose to go there, and then from there to Singapore. And then, I don't know, from Singapore I could go to Jakarta and then follow from Jakarta to Bali, and then from Bali be able to get somewhere in Australia, Derby. Does Derby have a it would surprise me if not. Yeah, they do. In Australia you need an airfield, but it's not rocket science, because everything is far away. And then we are in Australia. I would probably from Derby to Darwin to something else, and then we are on the east coast of Australia and can go all the way to the shortest distance could be from Hobart to somewhere in the south of New Zealand, probably. Oh, that's a long stretch. From Hobart to Queenstown is still crazy long. So I'm not sure what we can do there. I'll probably need to refill. But it looks like Hobart to Queensland is the right way. Queenstown. Queenstown. There's an airport. And, yeah. I'll find out when we get there because that's still quite a long way away. Probably 1 month or more. I'm not sure exactly where we are. Let's get inside again. And we can use the front bank. Yeah. This one. Oops. Yeah. I guess this is probably the border. Yeah, it looks like it could be the border to Thailand, right? And what does it say? It's not that way. Here we have 10 minutes. And when those 10 minutes pass, we have 73 miles to the next one. And then 11 miles. Altogether 16 minutes, and I wonder where Chiang Mai is. I don't think it's crazy. No, only 1,000 feet. So we need to boost 20,000 feet. We have 40 minutes to do it. That means 1,500 feet. After this one, then we need to lose 1,500. There are some mountains here that we might not want to get into conflict with. Actually, we might not want to go all the way until we are doing this. It's not the 10 miles, but 7 miles out of it. So when we put in this, it should be around the same altitude as the airport. After this mountain, you can see how far down we go to 1,500 above ground, so let's do that. Yeah. And I don't believe that we should be in touch with anyone anymore. I don't know. We probably in the real world, we probably would like to contact Chiang Mai. Yeah. So the tallest mountain in Thailand is 2,348 or something like in that meters, and we are right now at 3,000. We are up there. They're not there. And because we come from the north, we will not get near that mountain because that is about 80 kilometers south. As we still have 44% fuel left, we will have absolutely no problem. Just want to see that it's like a valley we are going down, but we will cross some mountains because it will be zigzagged. In my planning. Interesting landscapes down there. I'm not sure what exactly that is. It could be military, and it could be some castle or something. National Park coffee. There's a lot of coffee in the northern Thailand. Worth visiting too. It's called Doi coffee. The salt they make. And You can get to Doi Suthep, but you can go to other coffee farms. It's instead of the opium in Danish it's Valmu, but I don't think that's the international name. And here we are. But you know, the flower when you use the seed capsule to the oils and seed capsule to create opium. That was a big thing in the old days here in the northern Thailand, Myanmar, Laos, where the three countries meet in the so-called Golden Triangle. My understanding is that it is not as big a business anymore as it has been, but my understanding is also that it hasn't totally stopped. There are still problems of it. Maybe not so much with the opium, and nowadays it's more like the net manufacturing, other crazy stuff that they do. So now we go slowly down. What does it say? Oops. And now we're not climbing anyway. We're descending. I think it's so careful. 10. Now I would like to see the train will go up, so that's why I'm taking a lot of power off. And then of course there's no reason to burn a lot of fuel when you're descending anyway. And the main reason why I would like the train to get to near zero at least is because when I turn off the autopilot and start regulate or modify the trim wheel, then the airplane will do all sorts of crazy stuff. Because my trim wheel on my controller and the trim wheel on the autopilot is completely out of sync. I don't know how to keep them in sync. I don't think it's possible, to be honest. That's why the closer they are together, the less disaster. When I take over from the autopilot. And it seems like my plan is working to plan, because I believe that this is the mountain range that we need to clear, and then we are going around, and then the airport are probably down here at the airport. Something like that, at least. So here is Doi Suthep, the temple on top. There's a temple on top of that mountain called Doi Suthep, and also worth a visit. There are actually people biking up that road, and it can be hard enough in an underpowered car to get up. So that's pretty impressive that you want to bike all the way up, because as you saw, the airport is at 1,000 feet, and the top of that mountain is, I believe, 1,600 meters, and then you have times 3 to get to how many feet that is, which is 4,800, around that. No. Yeah, around that, 4,800 feet. So when you go on a bike up the mountain, then you have to lift your own weight, and the weight of the bike, of course, 3,800 meters, feet. 3,800 feet. So get on, yeah, okay, let's get inside and see. Yeah. No immediate panic. Maybe just about touching the mountain top there. We are under Doi Suthep right now. So it is a little bit of a gamble. Let's try to stop it. And then we can go down, further down after the mountain. Yeah, you can call me a chicken, but that's who I am. Or what I am. Yeah, there's no doubt I would have smashed into the mountain top here. That wouldn't be a nice view. So, and on at the foot of Doi Suthep, the mountain of that, at the foot of that there is a Chiang Mai zoo, and I'm actually a person opposed to keeping animals in a zoo, but that's one of the better zoos I have been to in the world. And yes, I'm opposed, but I still have kids, so a visit to the zoo is still a thing. My kids want to see the animals, other than the dogs they can view from the window. So I'm not. When they get old enough, they will form their own opinion, and it shouldn't be me forcing my opinion on them. That's my basically. So here we are, and let's get further down. So now we can, we'll need to watch. So now we will go down. 2,600. We'll do that 600 feet. I don't think we need anything faster than that. And we have 4 minutes to the next waypoint, and then that's a short distance, and we get to a long final, but it is a final. Should be able to see the airports out there. Let's see what happens if we go outside. The airport is actually in the city, so I think it's there. Let's see. So this is then the end of lake number 18 of my around the world tour. I was thinking that I could do this in 2025, but it seems pretty obvious that that is not going to happen. With a little luck, I will be, maybe in the Philippines around Christmas. I think that I think I need to rethink the New Zealand thing. Probably I don't go to New Zealand. Probably I stay in Queensland and then go to north to some of the Indonesian islands, and then island hopping in the Philippines, going north, and then from as north as I can get in the Philippines, then I will go to probably mainland China. There's absolutely no reason to go to Australia. I could from China here, just here from Chiang Mai, then go all the way towards Vietnam, and that way, and I cut a corner. But the thing is, I want to go to Australia on this trip, so that's why I do it. Have one more before we have a long, should be a long final. And it was a long time to stay in Myanmar, but yeah, sometimes life takes over and I have to do something else apart from flying. It's the reality of life. Get outside, we can see actually up there maybe. In the real world, this near the Doi Suthep mountains again. 2.5 minutes to our waypoint. So we start preparing to turn now. Big turn here, and then we will be on final. When we are that, we should be able to see the airport straight away. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and turn. Then we should be around 7 miles from, no, actually only 2 or what? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's because we're not near the actual waypoint. We're turning before, because it's a sharp turn. So, yeah. Yep, we are 7.7 miles out. So plenty of room. Okay, and we have the airport right here. The 5 miles border there, and then I will take over from the autopilot.
500.
Okay, it's a little close to that building. Whoa. Okay. A little too early landing. Well, co-pilot is, well, don't look like they're crazy shocked. So, I'll just pretend it didn't happen. And then I have actually been looking at the map for this airport, and we need to go to P. We still have some way to go. We need to go to the tower. So we need to park at the tower. That's the VIP, and that's where we belong. In a small private jet. And this is Doi Suthep. I don't see. Maybe there's a temple up there. And it could be trees. So here we go straight, and then we need to turn on the next. Like at the end of this one. No, that one. So we go straight here, and then we get to another entrance, and that's the one for us. This one. I don't see anyone greeting us though, but this is the VIP, not the VIP parking lot. So should be some parking T's, T on the road, on the tarmac. Or maybe it's just here. Yeah, it's probably just this. Just follow this yellow one. That's it. There, and then we should turn off. Maybe I need to do like this. Yeah, I know I pushed the button. Yeah. So now we go for this and stop the engine. Here we are, and then we need to be able to get out, and we cannot do that from here, so I need to let's see if I can remember. Yeah, I could. So here we are, and the passenger's still inside the airplane, and parking not really perfect, but not a disaster. So yeah, let's get up with the drone and see where we are. There are cars there, so probably we go in. There's probably a car coming to get us or something like that. And we will spend some time in Chiang Mai, not biking up Doi Suthep, but I'm pretty sure we need to go to the airport. No, to the zoo and look at the animals there. The elephant. They have a big. They have the big skeleton from one of the Thai king's elephant, war elephant. So yeah. If anything, you can go and see that too. And yeah, again, if you like my my videos, then please press like and subscribe and all that. And then and if not, then don't. I'm happy that you watch this one, if it's the one, the only, and the last. But of course, I hope that you will return. Anyway, whatever you do, I hope you enjoy it. I enjoyed having this trip from Mandalay to Chiang Mai. And yeah, next time I think we will go to Bangkok. But we'll find out next time. Bye.